What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to From the Top Rope with Andrew Crawford. I'm Andrew Crawford, your boy, the GOAT. Not the GOAT, but I look like a GOAT. Close enough, am I right? I think I'm right. And today on the channel, I will be giving a quick review of Survivor Series, plus a mini tangent at the end. Survivor Series was weird this year. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't mind-bogglingly good. It wasn't even like, it was weirdly in the mid category. Like, there was a lot of stuff to like, a lot of stuff to dislike. Um so yeah, let's get into that. We start with the women's War Games match. It's Io, Charlotte, Alexa, Rhea, and AJ Lee versus Becky, Asuka, Kairi, Nia Jax, and the main roster match debut officially of Lash Legend. Um Now, I didn't hate this match. It was probably not the strongest women's War Games match, but it's still far from bad. You know, you got a cool spot with Io, you got a cool spot with Rhea hitting a Riptide, into Becky kind of rolling over into position for AJ to lock in the Octopus submission and tap Becky out to win. There was a spot in the match where it looked like Becky was going to try to forfeit the match for her team, which would have been really sick because we've never seen it. It's obviously the cowardly heel manner of, I'd rather take an L than deal with 5-on-1, which is what it was essentially. Um, I think it wasn't phenomenal, but it wasn't bad. Like, there's not been a bad women's War Games match. So even if I was to say this was the weakest one, which I would have to go back and rewatch every women's War Games match from NXT to now, even if it is, that's not a bad thing because women's War Games has been consistently good over the past few years. And so have the men's, honestly. But we'll get into the men's in a few minutes. But yeah, I don't think it was bad by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think it was perfect, and I don't think it was a 5-star classic, and I don't think it was anything to even write home about, but I'm not going to sit here and say it was a bad match. There was a lot to like, and, there was a lot to dislike. That's what pro wrestling is. You either like it or you don't. And I'm not going to sit here and try to change your opinion or call you stupid for having an opinion on it. But, yeah, women's War Games, I'm going to give it a, 3-star, 3.2 area. I don't know. I'm just going to say 3 stars. Up next, we got John Cena versus Dirty Dom Mysterio. I've seen a lot of people mad on the internet on a Burner X account that I made on Facebook, whatever, saying you're sending John Cena off like this, letting him lose to Dom Mysterio. How dare you, or whatever. Okay, so where were you 10 years ago when... Were you the same one 10 years ago complaining, oh, John Cena never puts anyone over, this is stupid? And if you are, to that I say shut up, because John Cena on his way out is helping to build new talent and elevate new talent. He did it for Dom last night. He did it for Dom on Monday Night Raw and MSG. He did it for Dom on Raw for the Intercontinental title. And he literally wanted the night of his retirement match to be dedicated to open challenges between NXT stars and main roster stars so we can get a glimpse of these NXT stars that could carry the WWE for years to come, including Javon Evans and several others on NXT. And I see nothing wrong with the fact that John Cena lost, because he is putting a young talent over, which is something that John Cena has been heavily criticized in the past of not doing. And so, if you are one of the people that years ago were complaining Cena don't put people over, and now you're complaining that Cena lost, do me a favor and take your double standards and go watch a different sport, because I don't want to deal with your double standards in the brand of entertainment, sports entertainment, whatever you want to call it, that I love more than almost anything on this planet. With that said, I'm still going to give it like 4 stars. I had a great time watching it, because we still saw Super Cena. We saw Cena kicking out of everything. It took 6 people to beat Cena. Liv Morgan swerved the entire WWE Universe. It was fun to watch. It may not have been perfect, but like I said, what in pro wrestling ever is? I had fun with it, and honestly, I'm not even mad that Cena lost, because now his retirement match is much more unpredictable. If he'd walked into his retirement match as Intercontinental Champion, it was very clear that he was probably going to lose. And if he didn't lose, it was going to be really weird that he would just vacate the title after he won. So it makes it more clear for me. It makes it less clear for me, and maybe Cena can win. I had fun with it. No grievances from me. Stephanie Vaquero versus Nikki Bella. This was probably my favorite Nikki Bella match ever, but that is a very low bar. I'm very happy that Stephanie retained. I had fun watching the match. It was not a bad match by any. It wasn't the best match ever. It might be one of Nikki Bella's best matches ever, but it's still not the very best match ever. I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars just for the sheer fact the right person won. I was surprisingly impressed with Nikki Bella's performance. Stephanie did the corkscrew moonsault splash thing that looks incredible, and I don't even have a name for it. It's awesome. Yeah, when the right person wins, it's always a little bit better and a little bit more appealing to me. I'm going to give the match like 2.5 stars. I had fun with it, and I have no personal grievances. The men's War Games match was awesome to me. Maybe not, it's not 5 stars. It's not 4.5 stars. It's not even 4 stars, I don't think. But it was fun because, it started with Braun and Punk, which I think this is the direction they're wanting to take the World Heavyweight Championship. Have a Braun Breaker CM Punk feud, and Braun Breaker inevitably beat CM Punk. And I'm fine with that because I love Braun Breaker. I think him, along with Javon Evans, Carmelo Hayes, Dom, are all like future megastars in the industry, and I wish there were more world titles to give all 4 of them, but there's obviously not. But I think they're all very big players in the future. That's me, though. So Braun and Punk star, and then I think Drew was the second one out, and we got to relive some of the Drew and Punk stuff. Punk and Cody both bled in this match. Roman and Brock did their thing. It's been good since consistently since Crown Jewel. Aside from the WrestleMania 38 match, every time Roman and Brock are in the ring together, and it was no different here. I had fun watching Brock and Roman tear each other apart. I love the spot where Roman took the brass knuckles from Logan Paul and started Superman punching people. The ending was a little, I love a good whodunit. I think it was Austin Theory. I hope it was Austin Theory. He jumped the cage, super kicked Punk, curb stomped Punk. Punk got up and Braun Breaker hit this beautiful spear. The only thing I will say is that the ending felt overly booked and messy. And if you're going to overbook a match, that's fine. And if you're going to overbook the ending, that's fine. But it just kind of felt more pushed together than it did like an actual finish to the match. And that's not a bad thing. I'm not ragging on that. But it did kind of make me feel like there was something to be desired by the ending. But I did have fun with it. And I'll give it, I'm going to say 3.5 stars. I don't have many qualms with it. My qualms are very nitpicky. it wasn't the best Survivor. It wasn't the best men's War Games match either, and it is probably the weakest of the main roster ones. It's probably the weakest since we've brought War Games back. And if I went back and watched WCW, it may even be the weakest War Games of all time. But War Games is a consistently good, consistently fun match. So even if this was the weakest, it's not like a Hell in a Cell, where if there's a bad cell match, there's a possibility it really, really stinks. But it wasn't a bad match. It wasn't a good match. Like I said, this show was really weird. So yeah, my thoughts on Survivor Series. It was consistently good. It wasn't great. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't a spectacle. It wasn't. The only reason it really had a big four pay-per-view feel to me was the crowd, the stadium. The mass of the crowd was awesome. It didn't. It wasn't WrestlePalooza. It wasn't 95, the year 1995. It wasn't the pandemic. It wasn't Hell in a Cell 2019. But it wasn't WrestleMania 17. It wasn't WrestleMania 40. It wasn't this end all be all of the business, and it wasn't this crap show that honestly makes you question how pro wrestling is still around. But it was fine. It wasn't good, it wasn't bad. It was fine, and it happened. And just because it might have been a little worse, and this year might have been a little worse, does not mean that WWE is going to completely flounder. If one bad year meant the end of a promotion, WWE would have went under in 95, 93, 2019, 2016, during the pandemic, 2011, 2007 because of what Chris Benoit did. Like, there's been a lot of times WWE would have went under if one bad year meant it was the end of the company. AEW probably would have went under after All In because Jack Perry decided that he didn't want CM Punk around, so he was going to be a prick. You know? And that leads me to the mini tangent. I'm going to try to keep it a mini tangent. Stop with tribalism in wrestling. Tribalism in wrestling is one of the worst things for the business and the worst thing for mental health, to be honest. Because if you like one company more than the other, that is fine. It is when you start calling people stupid for still enjoying the other company that you don't like, that's when I have a problem. See, I like both. I personally don't have a dog in the fight, but I have done the research. I've got on my burner account on X. I've gotten on Facebook. I've gotten on every social media that talks about wrestling I can on burner accounts. And I have seen this pure, hateful rage towards anyone that doesn't agree with the opinions of someone else. And it's not just AEW fans that do it. It's not just WWE fans that do it. It is everyone. Everyone is being such a prick about you can't like one and like the other two, or if you do like one more than the other, you're stupid. That's not cool, bro. This isn't human rights where if someone has an opinion different than yours, you're allowed to kind of be pulled back from them. This is professional wrestling. It's not the most important thing on the planet. Yes, I love it more than almost anything on the planet, but that doesn't make it the most important thing on the planet. If you want to have differing opinions than me, that is cool. But do not sit here and drag my name through the mud, or drag me through the mud, and attack my character and my personality because I have that differing opinion. That's not cool. This world is crappy enough without getting attacked because I have a different opinion on something I really like than someone else that also likes that thing. My friend Cody, right up the road. I love him to death. He's probably in church right now, somewhere I should probably be, let's be honest. he is probably someone that I don't agree with a lot of stuff he says about wrestling, and I don't agree with a lot of stuff he says about basketball. Guess what? We'll debate it and we'll have fun with those debates. But anytime those debates and those talks get heated, we kind of take a second, we decompress, and we quit talking about it because it's getting us heated. And by us, it's usually me, because he will come at me with points that I'm like, what? And it starts to get me genuinely mad. But that's aside from the point. Just because we disagree does not mean we're going to quit being friends. And I don't insult him. I don't call him a stupid ginger prick for having a different opinion than me. Because he's not. He's a great person. We're not best friends because we both like wrestling. We're not best friends because we both like basketball. We're friends because we have stuff in common. We both find each other to be good people. And there is zero reason to hate each other for differing wrestling opinions. And there's zero reason to be some internet troll who likes to constantly drag down an entire fan base of a certain company. WWE diehards are out here on X calling AEW diehards sickos. I don't know what AEW diehards call the WWE diehards. But it's not fair and it's not cool. Life is hard enough without going through life with a differing wrestling opinion, of all things, wrestling, and getting trashed for it by some jerk on the internet who thinks they're edgy because they have Jon Moxley gushing blood as their profile picture. Or they think they're mainstream because they have Roman Reigns throwing up the one as their profile picture. Don't be a jerk. Stop the tribalism. If someone wants to enjoy WWE but not AEW, let them. If someone wants to enjoy AEW but not WWE, let them. If someone wants to sit down and shut up and enjoy pro wrestling like me, let them. It's not that hard. At all. You know, the internet makes me kind of ashamed to be a wrestling fan because of how many jerks there are in the fandom. That's just me, though. Sorry for the mini tangent. And that's the video. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Tell me about it in the comments below. Did you like Survivor Series? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What didn't you like? What did you like? Let me know. Stay tuned because I do have other stuff I'm working on video-wise. It's just a matter of getting my mental health straight enough to actually consistently upload it. But with that said, unlike John Cena, I can see you and I will see you very soon.